everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're working on something a little bit different. Back here is a all-original, one-owner, 1979 Pontiac Trans Am, equipped with a 403 small block Oldsmobile. For those of you who didn't believe me, here are some original photos of the car when purchased brand new in 1979. I'm happy to say it looks just as good in the photos as it does in real life. And for those who are wondering, yes, this is the original owner posing with her brand new car. As I mentioned before, this is a one-owner vehicle. It's a family friend of mine, and she bought it brand new in 1979. And this thing is almost as pristine as the day it rolled off the dealership. As you can see, there is the original 33,917,000 kilometers. Here's the interior. It's absolutely spotless, as you can see. I think the headliner is the only thing that's been replaced over time. Everything else is original as it gets. So what we're doing today is just a simple oil change on this car. It just came out of winter storage. We're gonna be doing a whole series on this car, but today it's just the oil change. This car is equipped with a 6.6 liter, 403 cubic inch small block Oldsmobile. As you can see, it's definitely been driven, but overall everything's still intact and just about as original as it gets. Other than replacing the battery, which I did earlier off camera, as far as I know, this car has everything original still. The oil and filter we'll be using is a CarQuest conventional with zinc additive, as well as their in-house premium filter, which is just a rebranded Wix. I got about 6 liters of oil. Now reading online, this car can take anywhere between 5 liters to 5.7 liters. Here's everything you'll need for the oil change. This is the 1/2-inch ratchet with a 22 mil for the drain plug, oil filter pliers to remove the oil filter, flashlight gets dark, a good funnel clean to add the oil, brake clean to clean up, some rags, Sharpie marker to date your oil filter, and if you have an oil change sticker, and a catch pan. So I like to chuck the opposite side wheel as to what I'm lifting. So if we're lifting the front left, I'm going to put this piece of wood on the right rear to prevent the vehicle from rolling. Next, we're going to be jacking the vehicle up. Right now I'm under the driver's side rocker panel and door, and we're going to be putting the floor jack directly on the frame rail here and proceed to go up. Next, you'd want to place your jack stands either on the control arm or the center section of the subframe here. So we're under the car right now, and first thing we're going to do is attack the oil filter, which is right here. And to whoever worked on this last and put a defense oil filter on, you should be shot. Going to grab our oil filter pliers, grab this by the bottom here, and of course it's over tightened. There she's coming. That hasn't been off in a few years. Should be hand tight now. Here she comes. Not as bad as I thought, but still pretty bad. So this is something I haven't seen in a while. Do you guys notice something stuck on the oil filter housing? That is the O-ring that was supposed to be on the oil filter, but when you use garbage parts, this is the kind of stuff you get. Next, we're going to be putting in our filter. I always put the date and kilometers, and don't forget to add some oil to the O-ring, and let's screw this thing on. Spin it on, bottom it out, and just give it a quarter turn by hand. That should be enough. Again, not super dirty, but definitely needing a change. Put it back on. Remember, just do a bottom out and then quarter turn by hand. That's it. You don't need anything more than that. Bottom out the bolt, give it a quarter turn, and that is that. Don't forget to wipe off the surface, of course. Don't need any drips or anything like that. Next thing we're going to do is release the car and put it back on the ground, nice and slow. Pull out the floor jack, and we're going to take the wheel chuck out from the right rear wheel. Next, you're going to want to grab yourself a clean funnel, put it down the fill neck, and grab your oil and start adding. I always like to start with the first 5 liters, check the dipstick, and if we need more, we add. If not, we'll start the car, see where it's at, and then add more from there. Remember, it's always easier to add oil than remove oil. Remember, when you're checking oil, always want to pull out the dipstick, wipe off the first time, and then put it in for a second time. That'll be your accurate reading. Put it back in, give it a second or two, pull it back out slowly, and that is your actual level. As you can see, we look to be just at the full now, but when we start the car, that level is going to drop. So let's go ahead and start the car and see where we're at. So we just ran the car, the oil has cycled, it's reached the filter, we built oil pressure. Now it's time to pull the dipstick out and see where we're at as far as the level. Pull it out, first time, give it a wipe, put it back in, give it a second or two, pull it out again nice and slowly, and let's see where we're at here. See if the camera can pick this up, but we look to be right there, just at the top of the full mark. This car seems to take 5 liters of 10W30. That's all for today's video, guys. Oil change on a 1979 Pontiac Trans Am. We're going to be doing a whole series on this car, kind of doing some maintenance stuff and just revitalizing a lot of the old stuff. So if it's something you like, feel free to like, comment, subscribe for more videos. Thanks.